Hey everyone, it's Steph. If this is your first time here, thank you so much for clicking on this video, and if it isn't your first time, then welcome back. Today I'm going to walk you through my beach farm tour that I played obsessively on stream for the entirety of the 1.5 update. I'm super proud of this save, and I actually 100% of the game on this save file as well, so let's get started. Welcome to my humble abode. I actually spent a lot of time on stream decorating like every inch of this house for this save file, and I'm super happy with it. And for this save file, we did marry Elliot, but we also dated the entire town, so that was nice. I've actually categorized all the different kind of ingredients that you use for cooking in 5 mini fridges that are hidden away on the land somewhere, which I absolutely love because I'm always running out of room to cook. Over in the sitting room, we have some fish tanks, and this is P. Sherman 42 Wallaby Way, which is obviously Finding Nemo. And on the right hand side, we have some deep sea creatures that you get from when you fish in the submarine. This is Lily, she's our daughter and she sleeps all day. Over here we have another sitting room. I like to call it like a reading room because it has a ton of flowers and a really nice view. Upstairs is I guess, attic, like a magical attic that I decorated with some crystals. And Elliot has his little piano corner and his writing corner because I'm very generous with the space that I give him. I like to think of this area as like an indoor extension of a greenhouse where we've planted some succulents. We have an outdoor seating area, and of course we can't forget our luxurious bathroom where we can just relax in the bathtub. It took me forever, but I caught all the legendary fish and also the Stardew Valley expanded legendary fish, and I've put them on display in my living room. Once again, the cellar is my money maker where I have a ton of wine being aged automatically. This is the outside of my beach farm, and I'm just going to zoom out for you guys so you can see. The farm has a lot to it. It even has some guest cabins for anyone who wants to stay over. This was a new map. There wasn't a lot of inspiration to go from, so I'm really proud of it. To begin the Stardew Valley farm tour, let's head over to the right of my house where I've planted a ton of mushroom trees because I really love the aesthetic that it brings to the farm. And you can also see that I've hidden a silo here just out of the way. This is a little yard that I made for my golden retriever Kobe so he doesn't get into any of the animals. Since the beach farm is actually quite big, I'm just going to go grab my horse and I'll take you guys through to the rest of the farm. Speaking of animals, here are my 2 coops and 3 barns which are filled to the brink with each animal. For each of the barns and coops, I have an automated system that helps me save a lot of time in the morning when I'm collecting everything. Basically, the auto grabber just pulls any of the animal produce that's lying around on the ground into a chest, and that's connected to any of the machines that create, mayonnaise and cheese, and then they chuck it back into the chest. One of the main goals I have for every save file is to get to a point where I only have ancient fruit growing. Ancient fruit are the most profitable crop in the game, so the best thing you can do is to keep some seed makers nearby and create some more seeds and keep planting them. If you have enough produce, you can start filling up your casks and kegs to make ancient fruit jelly and ancient fruit wine, and even age the wine for more profits. One of the most exciting things about the 1.5 update that I didn't even know I wanted was the fact that you can move the greenhouse to wherever you want it on your farm. This is one of my favorite greenhouse mods in the game, and it's called the Oasis Greenhouse. There's a ton of space for you to plant your crops, your fruit trees, and it even has a little spring in the back. When I tell you my goal is to have ancient fruit everywhere, I literally mean everywhere. So the cellar that comes with the greenhouse is also filled with ancient fruit to make wine and jelly because, again, it's the most profitable crop in the game. Right outside the greenhouse, I have 6 fish ponds set up with an automated process. I chose these fish because they make the ponds different colors and I thought it looked really pretty, and also because these fish produce pretty rare items. Basically, this chest collects any of the produce that comes out of the fish ponds, including egg roe, and they go straight into the kegs to age. On the way to Grandpa's shrine, there was a patch of land that I didn't really know what to do with, so I just built a little guest cabin and decorated it with a front yard, kind of like an homage to Grandpa. As I mentioned before, the beach farm is quite large, so I actually have a really neat mod that allows the mini obelisk to be set up with multiple different locations. This area on my farm is kind of set up like a plaza, courtyard kind of area. It's the first spot that you see if you were coming from the southern part of town, so I thought it would be really cute to put some flowers, some beehives, and even the gold clock there. I also have the 4 obelisks here, but they're altered by a mod, and basically each statue represents the area that you want to go to. This section over here on my farm is basically all of my chests, and it's really just not an important area, but it makes me so happy because it's all organized and tied to certain machines with an automated process. This one chest is attached to all of the lightning poles, so it just collects all the batteries that I need. Over here I have a row of crystallariums, and I have a chest that's connected to them, so anytime the replicated gem comes out, it goes straight into the chest. Put all of my minerals and geodes in this chest, and since they're connected to geode crushers, they automatically spit them back out into the same chest. This is just how I organize the rest of my chests. There was a big gap on the farm that I didn't really know what to do with, but it fit the slime hutch perfectly, so I decided to put it in, but I'm not really sure what to do with it. I don't use it very often, but apparently it's been overrun by slimes now. This corner of the farm is kind of just meant to be like a nice, relaxing, gentle area with a pond. I've planted a bunch of each of the trees with heavy tappers on them for easy access in case I need anything for a recipe, and it actually looks really nice all done together. This took me forever, but I managed to grow one of each of the giant crops, so I decided to put it on display here. Wouldn't be a beach farm without a nice fishing spot. I've set up 2 worm bins to go straight into the chests. That bait goes straight into the crab pots, and anything from the crab pots gets pulled out into the chest and into the recycling machine if it needs to be. Back over by the pond, I set up 2 extra sheds. They were kind of a last minute decoration idea, but I'm really happy with what I've done with them. They're both filled with garden pots, and in the right shed I've planted a ton of crops that I use for cooking, and in the left shed I was in the process of planting rare berries or starfruit. I hope you all enjoyed this tour of my beach farm. I'm really proud of it. It's aesthetically pleasing. I think I used all the right mods, and honestly the mushroom trees really just tie it all together. If you would like to join the dark side and start adding mods into your Stardew Valley save file, you can check out the description box down below. I'll have a link to all of the mods that I currently use. Literally every single one of them will be linked. It also appears that during this voiceover I've forgotten about the 2 guest cabins on this side of the farm, so my bad. I would also like to note that this horse whistle was one of the best rewards that you could get in 1.5. It was actually genius and I didn't even know I needed it. But back to the conversation of modding your Stardew Valley game. Unfortunately, Stardew Valley modding is only available to those who play on PC, so Mac or Windows. It is not available if you play on Switch or on mobile, which is really sad because I see Stardew Valley as obviously a cozy game and I would love to have it on my Switch, but I don't think I can part with my mods now that I've played it on PC with a ton of mods. Once again, I hope you all enjoyed this Stardew Valley beach farm tour. It's only my second save file and it's a 100% completed save, so I hope you guys all enjoyed how I decorated my farm. If you did enjoy this tour, I would really appreciate it if you gave a thumbs up to the video and subscribe to the channel for more Stardew Valley farm tours in the future. Let me know in the comments down below which farm layout you want to see next. And until next time, bye!